Hey guys, Raymond here, and today is Saturday, which means today is listing reviews, questions and answers. So if you want to get in line right away to get your t-shirts reviewed or questions answered, to make sure that they're going to be answered in next week's show, or even this show if you get in early enough, go to ryanaraymond.com/live and fill out the form, submit a link, and I'll give you my honest feedback on the listings. So today we've got, I don't have too many in today. I've only got 4 listings to do and then a general question. And the first general question, let me do a quick transition here. All right. The first question is pretty simple, straightforward from Ashley. And she's asking me, can you show us putting up a shirt design, example design, what to see, how to do product title and keywords properly? Ashley, I've got a lot of videos that go over this process very thoroughly, and it's maybe not the best for on this episode. So I'll hold that off, but I will do that as my next live video that I do that isn't this format show. So if you would like to see from scratch how to put up the design, maybe I'll make one ahead of time and just focus on the listing part and choosing keywords for you. But in general, things that are important to know when you're listing your design is that you want to target relevant keywords. So you can type keywords into the search box. Are the search is your design going to be relevant to those searches? That's going to be one of the most important things to decide if you want to list a new design or you're having trouble with it. But in general, I don't know if that's we could spend a whole day on that topic, so I'm going to kind of hold off on that one, and we'll get into that maybe in my next video for you, Ashley. Okay, so the next is some listing reviews. All right, so the first one here, let's pop it open, and I will swap over here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so the first shirt here is a New York City urban streetwear, Brooklyn borough, with Brooklyn spelled backwards, and it looks like there's a image overlaid in Brooklyn. And the first thing that jumps out at me, yes, I do pop sockets, whatever listings you want there, Deborah. Whatever kind of Amazon listings are what I'm reviewing. Basically, if you can list it through Merch by Amazon, I'll provide my feedback on it. T-shirts are just kind of the most common way. But anyway, back to this design, Brooklyn. So the first thing that stands out to me is Brooklyn is kind of hard to see on this shirt. I have it zoomed way out, but if you're looking at it on mobile or another device, I think the white at least outline does help, but I would say, I don't know if it looks the best on the black design. I wonder if this would have been better if the image you would have used would have been bigger, maybe a square, and then did a cutout of Brooklyn out of it to show more of the Brooklyn imagery. I'm guessing this is probably a similar design to something you've seen. Think of some ways you can change it up. Brooklyn borough, NYK. Let's see if there's any search volume for this NYKL. YL Brook. I can't even spell. I'm just going to highlight your thing here. So is that something people are actually searching for, or you're the only one? Okay, that's awesome. You are the first one there. So we need to think about some ways how you're gonna get this in front of people, because there's not a lot of search results for that. So what about Brooklyn? What do we have that's coming up? Brooklyn t-shirt. We don't want Brooklyn 99. So if we just look for Brooklyn t-shirt, what's coming up? All right, so I see this kind of style, and right here, see these top results are sponsored, but look what they're using. They're using a very big, bold design, kind of showing the whole thing here. I think okay, so someone else has it here, and they really made it the New York stand out in the Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, New York, I think that really needs to be your primary term, because what you have here is your primary term. You do have Brooklyn Borough. I would move this towards the end and think about your priority there. New York City. So you don't have anything about New York City, you just have NYC in your title. I think that would improve some of your options there. So yeah, that's a good tip. Bolder, thicker font and adjust your kerning. Your kerning is how far away your letters are spaced. Maybe bring it together. So let's see what else you got in here. Brooklyn became a borough of New York City. Okay, you got it in there on January 1st, 1898. The design celebrates this union coalescence by emphasizing New York, New York, displaying Brooklyn from right to left as NYLKOORB. Modern minimal Brooklyn borough NYCT. I think you're targeting some of the keywords here. I would consider mixing up some of these a little bit better with shirts, you know, so Brooklyn t-shirt is being searched for. NYC shirt is being searched for, but how about New York City t-shirt? So there's a little bit more search volume for New York City t-shirt. So I think those are a couple of the ways I would try tackling that a little bit. I think it's a great design. Right now, the way you have Brooklyn on there, it's the only one coming up for that search term, which is awesome. You have it in there. That's perfect if you can get this out. And one of the things I would do, this might be something you want to try and reach out to influencers in Brooklyn, people who are proud of the borough. Maybe you're familiar with it. I don't know. But I would try and reach out to people who have influence with Brooklyn and maybe offer them a free shirt or something like that. Yeah, let's see what else. I think that kind of answers that one. We've got another one from you here as well, Bob. So vacation mode on. All right, so one of the things, it feels like a really hard line there. I try and avoid that if I can. Sometimes it works on some designs, but that real hard line feels weird, and it just kind of feels like it was cut into the shirt. Vacation mode on. This, I honestly, I didn't notice. I just saw vacation in the waves. I didn't notice the on and mode in here. It blends in. I know blue and orange are good colors for contrasting, but something looks like this makes it kind of, I don't know. I just don't see the mode on, and you're using 3 different types of fonts and 5 different colors. I think you may just have a bit too much going on here. You're clearly targeting surfing, and you did surf up. I don't even see the word surfing in here. So think about what the design is. You have family vacation, spring break, summer trips, tropical getaways, cruises, get-togethers, festivals, or any leisure vacation activity. Sandy beaches, parties, cocktails, bonfires, the well-deserved free time and rest, and the happy leisure with family and friends. You said nothing about surfing. You said nothing about the ocean. You said nothing about the beach. And the fonts change so much, I don't quite know what the message is you're trying to say. I think you got a little bit word spammy in the bullets, and the design overall, it feels the orange color here, the yellow, and then the same color orange on 2 different fonts. It just doesn't seem right, and it blends in, and I can't quite tell what it's saying. So I would, those are what I see on that one. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, I've been to hell and back. All right, so the very first thing I see here, it's defaulting to the asphalt color. So think about your color choices when you pick this one. And then the drawing has something that blends into it. And when I looked at it, it looked like part of the shirt is missing, or part of the design is missing. I just don't think that that was quite the right color choice there. I've been to hell and back humor t-shirt. Okay, so let's think about this. I've been to hell and back. Is that something that people are searching for? Because that's what you have told Amazon is the most important shirt. So let's see what comes up. 7 total results, and you're dominating the top. So you have that. There isn't a whole lot of search volume for it, but I think some of the things you might want to do here is camping. What do you have in your bullets? Let's check. All right. Breakup gift for your bestie for support. Coworkers will share your feelings with this funny design. I don't think that that's quite matching up to the design. When I see this, I think of more along the designs of camping, campfire marshmallow shirt. So you don't really have any information about what's in there. You know, these are all the types of things that are selling in with those types of images. They're all targeting s'mores and that sort of thing. But you went for breakup shirts and coworkers. I think it does have toasted marshmallow, great gift for a beginning exerciser. What does it have to do with exercise? I don't know. I know you're in the chat. I'm just kind of curious. I'm not sure. I think you just kind of missed the target with the design. I think it's a funny design. I just think you need to think about who is actually going to be shopping for something like this. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. All right, no alien here, just a unicorn. So we have alien in a unicorn costume, Rainbow Stars t-shirt. So we didn't use the phrase in the title, which is okay if there is no demand for that phrase already, because you're going to want to be targeting unicorn, space, funny, costume. And I think you targeted those phrases well. No alien here, just a unicorn. I would try and make this a little bit more prominent, maybe ditch the funny, and try and capitalize these, make it look kind of as a header, as a second title for this. Perfect gift for horse lovers and kids' costume parties. I would hit unicorn a few more times into it. And you have with his UFO, alien in a unicorn costume comes with his UFO and lands on a rainbow. So you don't really have a rainbow in here, and you don't really have a UFO, so are they relevant? I'm not saying that it's wrong, I'm just saying, is it relevant? Because that's a very important question to be able to ask yourself as it's there. Let me look through, but otherwise I like the design, and I'll tell you, when I was looking through these ahead of time, I shared this on my unicorn page. I just thought it was funny. I like the design. I thought maybe my audience would like it. I shared it about 20 minutes ago when I was prepping, and let me see if that page's engagement has been going down quite a bit, but it's reached 60 people, no comments or engagement yet for you, but 60 people have seen it on Facebook for you, at least right now. So I just figured it was something I could do for you. Anyone see anything else in here? Yeah, Nick, get a shirt in here. I'd love to go through, hell, I'd love to have you review all my shirts. You could probably, I think anyone looking at shirts is a great way to get help. Before I get to this next one, let's kind of talk about something that's important. If you guys don't have someone that you can talk to about designing shirts and bounce ideas off of, get with people in my group, post a question, be like, hey, would anyone like to just have a private message back and forth and bounce ideas off of, or something. Find someone that you think you can trust, that you can share designs with. I've got a few people that message me on a regular basis since my first day doing merch, and they always, I can show them something and they can say, hey, this is great, but what about this? Or someone that you can message and say, hey, have you looked at this design? I think talking to people in the community is very important to do, and I think it's a very critical thing for anyone to keep motivated, because if you feel like you're doing it by yourself, you're gonna struggle. So I would recommend, if you haven't yet, join my Facebook group, post questions, ask. It's really important to do. All right, and then the last thing we've got here is a pop socket. So let's see what we have. All right, beautiful digitally painted floral graphic design. Okay. Blooming purple and blue flower is a great gift for the gardener at heart. All right, so you're targeting beautifully digitally painted. What comes up when I do this and then type pop socket? You've got it. You're nailing the top results there, but I don't think that's something that people are looking for. So remember, the very first part of your design, the very first words are the most important words to that design. I would definitely have changed this to floral, purple and blue, floral, watercolor, or painting. What sort of results are going to change here? Yeah, you hit it. You got right down to where no one else is looking, but I think those words might be better as secondary keywords in your bullets rather than the primary title. So let's think about this here. You could do beautiful, floral, purple, and blue pop socket. What kind of stuff comes up with that? So that's 103 results. And now we're getting into paisley pattern, florals, monograms, and patterns. So I think getting that floral, beautiful, floral, purple, getting a few of the things that people are going to be looking for, because I will tell you this, if you look in the suggested, beautiful pop socket has about 140 search is per month according to keywords everywhere. Floral pop socket has 720 search results per month. So that's what I would say is kind of the best thing I would do with that. I would take some of those keywords and move them around. So that's all I have for the t-shirt reviews. Let's jump in chat and see what people are asking. I haven't really gotten to go through them all here. So just running through. Yep. So Deborah, as you see, yeah, I absolutely will do pop socket reviews anytime they're submitted, and that goes for any of the other t-shirts. So Buck said on that Brooklyn shirt, it needed a bolder, thicker font, and I agree. And adjusting the kerning, we discussed that earlier. Someone said Brooklyn Bridge, maybe can add that. So yeah, Brooklyn Bridge, and then do the cutout with it. That might work. So, yep. I don't think no, on that one, Buck, I don't think he did put t-shirt in there and had it at the end. But in less than 2 weeks, everyone's going to be using the multi-product uploader, guys. So when you're going to go through and edit, you're going to have to want to look through your designs and make sure all of your information and bullets are correct in that they aren't saying it's a pop socket on a Raglan t-shirt. You know, we're going to have to go through that sort of stuff. So what's up? Hey, John, glad you made it to a live. Thank you for being here. Sabrina, all the way from Germany. I would love, for those of you guys who live in Germany and the UK, if you guys have any advice. I don't make a lot of sales over there. Literally, this is, if I were to go to the German sales here, and I show you guys my all-time sales for it, you're going to laugh at what my best-selling Germany shirt is. So, while it's loading up here, I'll show you guys this here in a second. Buck says, Ryan is the king of awesome. Thank you, Buck. You are awesome. Your hints in here are great. I really do appreciate it. Nick says he absolutely agrees 100%. Nick is someone I've talked to. Get a little group together. Maybe form a chat. Do something. Talk to people. It is by far one of the most valuable things you can do with your business. I can talk to my wife about t-shirts. In general, she's not that interested. It's just not something it's something I'm doing. It's not for her. So we have other interests that we have together, but having something that's yours is good. If you don't have anyone around you that can give you support for it, you got to go find someone to talk to. Just talk to a few people and it will help out your business. All right, so let's jump over here and do a quick swap. So this is my German sales. I don't usually pull these up. All time, 40 sales. And if I look at the sales, my best-selling shirt is this one here. I've had 16 sales and 5 returns. And I have no idea. I pretty much just use Translate, and it is my beard. My face is my best-selling Germany shirt. That's all it is. It's got 1-star review, which is awesome. I use Google Translate in here. In Germany, what I'm finding, if we look through a few of these that are selling, this one's just some opinions on cancer, and And then I got another one here. So this one was in English, and I translated everything. So it says, "Baby, you wind me up," and it's a cassette player with a pencil winding it up. So just kind of a funny shirt. That one has sold in Germany. But yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of great luck, I would say, in Germany. Better than Europe, but basically, in general, these are just kind of few and far between. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some more research in Germany. Maybe we'll just spend a night doing some German research, and I really need to do it for myself. All right, so what do we have back in the chat here? Maybe add the words mandala and fractal somewhere. Those are good keywords for that type of design. Yep, so on that floral pop socket we were looking at, I think that's some good tips. Buck says, my wife doesn't care either at all until she wants a t-shirt made. Yes, I fully understand that that belief there. So that's just kind of the way it goes. Germany is crazy with trademarks and returns. I am German too, so we are not easy. It's translation was bad for your second shirt. I fully guarantee my translations to Germany are terrible, because for quite a while I was just using Google Translate, and I'm probably going to be going through. I don't deny it. I have a lot of things I can go through and fix in my account. And every day I try and fix something. Every day, at least one thing needs to get fixed in the account. Look for something that can be done better and improve it. So the second shirt there on the Baby You Wind Me Up, maybe I need to look at DeepL for a translator there or something. But yeah, I definitely struggle with translating my designs. Let's see, what else has been going on in the world of merch? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we are at this... I can now upload 1,000 designs a day. At one point, it was at 1,500 per day, and I'm still at the 4,000 live. And we have more products likely coming. Rumors are athletic T-shirts are coming, which could be good for gym shirts, all of your gym and sports niches. If it's actually an athletic style, like moisture wicking shirt, I think those could be pretty good. If people, I've heard those are coming. Just new products, new expansion. Kind of giving Amazon a little bit more time, and then I'm going to be looking for taking down some shirts. But in general, I don't have a whole lot that are ready to be removed. I mean, I can get through, if I even go to 100 results per page, I get down to pretty quickly, like even if I go 20 pages back, so halfway through my designs, these were just uploaded in June. So I'm starting to get to the point where I'm going to have to start cycling some things out and seeing what else is going to work, but just going to have to wait. I like doing the research. I use a thesaurus when I look for related term word. Thesaurus is good. Synonyms are also good. Yeah, so there's all sorts of things. I wish merch would add some home decor. If you guys... That brings up a good point. Merch survey. Let me just check my email here quick. If you guys don't check your emails often enough, let me see if this was the survey they sent out a couple weeks ago. Oh, it's not active anymore. Anyway, merch sends out a survey usually once a month, and I typically have to search for it in my email and just search for merch survey. And in a couple weeks ago, they had... 2 months ago, the survey asked for ranking what types of products you wanted, and it was basically everything Redbubble, Spreadshirt, all these other places that have different things have, and what we would want to design for. So I think that's going to continue as well. I definitely think they're going to be expanding their designs. Okay, got a few other questions in here. Do season t-shirts sell all year round with mixed with hobbies or sports? Okay, so there has been a lot of talk lately and questions about what is an evergreen design, what is a trending design, and so let's kind of talk about a few of those things. And I'll use Google Trends to kind of see if I can illustrate this for you guys a little bit better. So let me transition this over. That's a great question, and I have wanted to talk about it. Now I'm going to have to like cut this section out of the video and make a whole new video just about this topic. So maybe that's what this will be. I'll cut it out and upload it later. So let's think about that. So as a seasonal thing, hobbies or sports, I don't think if you make a dinosaur at Christmas, it's necessarily going to go well, or a hockey and Christmas shirt. So let's look at this. Christmas Sure. Let's just start with that. That's probably one of the biggest of the year. So Christmas shirt, as you can see, we're starting to climb into the search terms. And then right after Christmas, it falls flat on its face. This is what is called a seasonally trending design. So seasonally trending topic, I guess, is the best phrase for it. Telemarketer. These guys are annoying as hell. See? Telemarketer. You can go to hell. All right. So anyway, so a seasonally trending phrase or keyword that people are looking for is going to be something that comes up each year. It's going to show up in a regular pattern. So I showed this as interest over time. We looked at 12 months. Let's look at the last 5 years, and you can see how this pattern comes up each year. Each year, and it's getting a little bit bigger each year. Right at Christmas, we get a spike for the word Christmas. And then Christmas and shirt don't get searched for the rest of the year. And then it comes up again. So if you made it as a design, and I've said multiple times, if you're saying it's a Christmas design, it better be about Christmas. You're just going to have trouble getting it to sell throughout the year. Some other things do well. So like if you looked at 4th of July shirt, so that's the primary search term. And if we look over 5 years, you can see it spikes each year at 4th of July. But let's look at the different term, patriotic shirt. So this one spikes as well, but has more intermittent search term throughout the year as it goes on. So there's some more options there. What if we did bald eagle shirt? So as you can see here, this one has more consistent flow throughout the year than the 4th of July shirt. So that's how you can take a seasonally trending design and target evergreen phrases, searches that are going to continue throughout the year, and that's a keyword that they're definitely going to be searching for. I think that's kind of explains the difference between a seasonally trending and an evergreen. So a bald eagle shirt, the term for bald eagle in general is evergreen. People are searching for it all year long. Now, when you changed it to compare it to 4th of July, it's going to be buried as way down there, but you can see throughout the year, the bald eagle shirt performs better than the 4th of July search term year round, rather than at just one time of the year. So that's kind of how you look at your seasonally trending designs, and you make them an evergreen, something that's going to have a lower search volume, that's just going to continue day after day and is going to keep selling. Now let's talk about the third type of thing. What is a trend? A breakout trend, and it's kind of a one-off thing. So the example we use, I did that video about Area 51. So Area 51 shirt. So we're gonna ditch 4th of July, and we're just gonna look at Area 51 shirt. Maybe. Let me refresh here. Area 51 shirt. All right, so if you look over the last 12 months, you can see this thing had no search volume whatsoever until right here, June 30th to July 6th, when it became a popular trend, when the search volume started to peak for it. And so this is only looking over 12 months. If this was seasonally trending type design, we would expect to see this spike every time at this same time of year. But if we look back over 5 months, or 5 years, we can see that's not the case. It was a steady, lower search volume result. Like this peak right here used to be its top peak until the Area 51 trend started. Once the Area 51 trend started, it spiked. So this is what this is not seasonal. It's not coming back every year, but you could maybe capitalize on this and get into alien shirts. So if I compare alien shirt. So alien shirt for the longest time was way more popular than an Area 51 shirt until right here. So if people had been targeting Area 51 with these alien shirts, they may have had the best chance to rise up. So different search terms have different search volumes. That's why it's important when you go on there, look at the BSRs. If the average BSRs are all 5 million, that's selling, you know, once or twice a month, maybe, or every other month, and there's 5,000 designs. You guys are all competing for that 1 or 2 sales as they come. So you got to layer in different keywords based on their search volume in order to think of it as an onion. You know, you start with the biggest layers and you peel down until you get to your littlest, tiniest target audience, and then you hit them with designs from there. Does that make sense? I hope. All right, so what else do we have in questions here? One time I updated my merch item changing the keywords. Then they made it unavailable. I switched it back, then it was fine. I'm not sure what happened. So it went to like a 505 dog design. Is that what you're saying? There was an issue a while ago where some of the designs were turning into dogs, and just simply editing them or changing the price was able to change that issue. In fact, the Merch Wizard Chrome extension has the dog catcher function to look for any of your shirts that may be turning up an error, and just going through and editing the price seems to clear it up. All right, guys. RyanARaymond.com/live to submit questions for next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that like button and notifications. Those of you guys that watch these videos all the way through, I really do appreciate it. I've made some changes on my channel here. I have enabled ads and just trying different things and seeing how it grows. So I would definitely try and like and subscribe. Oh, we got one more question. How many returns do I get per week? I guess it depends on the week and what I've sold lately. But on average, I seem to get about a 5 to 10% return rate. Let me see what I'm at right now for the last 7 days for you. Last 7 days, I am at 63 products sold with 2 cancellations and 3 returns. But overall, I have had a lifetime. Let me swap this over for you here. I've sold 3,259 products. I've had 137 returns for $7,948 in royalties, for an average royalty of $2.54. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, guys, thank you, and I will see you tomorrow, tonight, next week. I don't know. Whenever I get the next video ready, I'll do that. Thank you, guys, and have a good night.